Business owners, would you like a virtual assistant between $4 and $7 an hour, but you don't know how to do this? You don't know where to find them, how to hire them, how to train them, how to pay them, how to monitor your screen, how to keep them accountable, how to keep all of your systems safe. Dave Z, Leverage Agent. I have been working with virtual assistants for 8 years, and I've done it every different way you can do it. Hired a big company, did it on my own, found what I think is a perfect blend that I want to talk to you about. So I am going to share with you videos of my staff, and I got to meet them in person in Southeast Asia. And I want you to watch these and see how we interact. And if you have any skepticism or reservations about virtual assistants, watch these videos. I'm gonna have my director of operations, I'm gonna have my executive assistant, I'm gonna have one of my CRM managers, I'm gonna have my videographer. I encourage you to watch these if you're exploring virtual assistants. They will change your life. It will allow you to scale your business at an affordable rate. I have anywhere from $4 an hour to $7 an hour, and it's hard to find that quality of labor in America for that price. Obviously, you can't do it. So what I'm offering in these videos is a chance to kind of peek behind the curtains and get to see them as people, not just virtual assistants, thousands and thousands of miles away, but see how we interact together. And if you want to explore a virtual assistant, I am going to offer you a free 30-day trial. Work with one of our VAs for 30 days. We'll help you find them, hire them, train them, onboard them. If after 30 days this doesn't work, you don't pay, but try it. It changed my life. You know my story. It allowed me to take all my American expenses and get rid of them, move it overseas, and that's what's allowed me to grow my business. So watch these videos, get to know them, and then click the link to do a free meeting with me, and we will identify where do you need a virtual assistant, what would be your first hire, what should you pay them, and then we'll make it happen for you, and it's gonna be free for 30 days. Watch these videos. I hope it changes your life. They changed my life. I look forward to seeing them again when I go back over to Southeast Asia, but virtual assistants are gonna be the key to your freedom in your real estate business, in your roofing business, in your plumbing business, whatever small business you have. International labor is going to be the biggest difference maker.
Now we're with Eeya, Elijah, but you go by Eeya?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. You've been with me how long?
I've been working with you for almost 4 years already.
Almost 4 years. How long have you been a virtual assistant?
Since you're my first client, almost 4 years already.
Okay, almost 4 years. So I want people to know what were you doing before you worked for me virtually? What were you doing? What were you doing back in your home city? And then tell me what city you're from.
I'm actually from Baguio City, and I was a call center agent on the weekdays, and I'm singing at bars on weekends.
I've heard you sing now in person, and you're a really good singer. Like, you could make a living singing. Going way back, like growing up, what was it like in your house? What did your parents do? Did you own a home? Did they own a home? Did they rent a home? Like, what was life like?
My parents were actually OFW, so we call them overseas Filipino workers. So we are actually renting a home before. I grew up with my parents, but eventually they broke their marriage, sadly. But yeah, life has been good right now ever since we became a virtual assistant.
So let's talk about that. What became better? Like, specifically, what do you think has been the biggest change once you started working virtually? What happened?
When I was a virtual assistant for my first year, we have lots of funds. So we had our home built second year, and then up until now we already have like 2 cars. We have family car and also my personal car.
You mentioned a car. Like, I got a car when I was 16 years old because my parents are like, I'm not driving you around anymore. Like, in America, it's like we're so spread out, and especially where I live in Arizona. So you almost want a car. Like, my oldest is 16. She has a car because it's just easier to give them a car. So we take that for granted. But you mentioned that. Do most Filipinos all individually own a car?
No, because life in the Philippines is very hard.
So how many people own a car, would you say?
For 100 Filipinos, only 30 out of 100.
30% own a car. That's really hard to relate to in America when most of us have 2, 3, 4 cars. Some of them just sitting in the garage, some of them not working, and that's interesting. What kind of schooling did you do? Talk to me about school, like elementary school, high school, college. How was everything?
Elementary school and high school, we were in public school. So it was also good. But right now, my kids are in private school. So that's because I do have like a work-life balance. We have been in their school, place, because we're working from home and we can actually take care of them while we're working at home.
You said something, work-life balance. I'm a big fan of work-life balance, right? 5 kids, a business, I can't be all one or the other. Do you feel like you have better work-life balance? You kind of mentioned you do than before.
Yes. Work-life balance right now is actually better since I've been going out with my friends on the weekends. We are traveling. Our work-life balance is better than what I had before.
Excellent. Love that. So what are the negatives? So we've talked about some positives of being a virtual assistant. What do you think are the negatives?
The negatives and the downsides of being a virtual assistant is that in the Philippines, since we are in an archipelago, a lot of typhoons has been coming in and out of our country. So we need to have like backup plans. So like internet connection and also for power interruption as well. So
with us having worked together for 4 years, it's not that often, right? If somebody says, well, I heard if I get a virtual assistant, they're going to, miss power every other day. It's just not true, right? It's occasional. I would tell you my American employees called in sick or had excuses more than you've had power out. It happens. But it's not that often. Well, what would you say to somebody like me who's thinking of hiring a virtual assistant? Like, what would you tell them to do it? Would you tell them, like, what do you think would be the biggest concern that I would have? Being in America and you're in the Philippines. What do you think?
Trust. And why shouldn't you? Because you're going to be working from home as well. All of the virtual assistants is going to be handling all of your business. So why not?
I like that. You said trust, but there are some things that we do, right, to ensure that. So things that honestly are kind of hard to do in America, right? Like when I had American employees to say, hey, we're going to monitor your screen every 30 seconds. Americans say, no, I'm not going to do that, right? But that's something we do, right? So we do that. We're on Zoom quite a bit. Right.
Yes. So what we're doing right now is we do have a Zoom war room. Every time that we work and we log in, we use that so that all of our teammates are also there, and then we can ask each other questions. And then it's not boring because we can actually tell stories while we are in the war room and while we're also working.
So you feel like you're part of a company now instead of just sitting home, right? There might have been some resistance to doing the Zoom war room. Do you think it's a good thing?
It's actually a good thing right now since we have already experienced it.
Excellent. I'm so glad we could do this and I got to fly over here and meet you. So if you're watching this video is being filmed in Thailand. So I decided not to fly to the Philippines on this trip, but flew to Thailand, and then everybody flew in here. And this is actually our first time meeting. Yes. It is amazing. If you're watching this and you're considering virtual assistant, it will change your life. And the countries are amazing. How beautiful is Thailand? It's
actually beautiful. Also, the people are very welcoming and very encouraging. The food, love it.
The food's been great. We're on our rooftop pool and bar, and it's a phenomenal city. And I can't wait to go to the Philippines to go see your hometown. But if you're considering it, it will change your life. And I wanted to film these so you can put some real life behind these, virtual assistants that are working for you 6,000-7,000 miles away. Put a face to it. So thank you. All right.